Anderson Heap, SoCon champion, 149. All right, folks, the one and only Anderson Heap, SoCon champion, 149 pounds, first Wildcat headed to the NCAAs since 2015, man. When you hear that, what goes through your mind?
Just really grateful, to be honest, because put in so much work this season and just like seeing it all come together and working out, it's just really cool. So just being grateful for every moment. So
it was a special final matchup in the championship round where you were down in the third period, had to get a takedown, and then won 8-5 in sudden victory. Take us through first the takedown that you had when you were down.
Yeah, it was it was pretty, I just had to stay kind of in the moment. You know, I had to keep going for my setups. I feel like I'm a very, always trying to go forward, always trying to push the pace. So I know if I can stick to my wrestling for the full 7 minutes, I'm usually going to come out on top. So that's what I pretty much did.
The takedown to win it and become a SoCon champion, what happened in that moment? How did you pull it off?
You know, just staying composed. It was, I think, like 20 seconds left in the overtime period. So staying composed. I know that I can get to my attacks. He kind of came over top after I hit one of my attacks, but I just kind of waited for the pressure to come off and just ripped it, and it worked out.
There's a legendary photo of you jumping into Nate Carr Jr.'s arms. Joey Prada's right there, just like this. When you saw that for the first time, that photo, what's the first thing you thought about?
I don't know. It really just made me happy because, I don't know, seeing my coaches get hyped like that and just me get hyped like that, I feel like I'm normally pretty calm, but in those moments, you know, you just got to let the emotion out because it was all the hard work and just trusting what they're telling me every single day. We're all in here working as a team, you know, just every single day. So it really meant a lot in that moment.
Someone that I know means a lot to you is your mom, and you mentioned her after winning the SoCon championship, how she helps you with your mentality. Can you elaborate on what exactly she does to help you?
Yeah, she kind of got me into meditating, and you know, every single day of competition, she'll send me a long little message and just tell me how proud she is of me, and it's just stuff like that where it makes you want to wrestle freely and want to do your best, because knowing you have parents that are just grateful for they're just grateful to for you to be wrestling instead of worrying about wins and losses. I feel like that's what makes me want to go out there and just do my best every time. So
yeah,
she really helps me with that.
Do you remember a sentence or something that she wrote before you went for that championship round?
Yeah. She says, "Believe, behave, become." So believe that I'm already the champion, behave like the champion, and then become the champion.
Your coach, Nate Carr Jr., what has he taught you the most since you've been here at Davidson?
Yeah, kind of just trusting the process, you know. I remember last year, a couple of our duels, we got blanked, and then this year we beat a team that we got blanked by. So it's kind of trusting the process. You know, it's not going to come right away, but, you know, if you keep trusting, keep believing, keep putting in the work every single day, it'll eventually work out. So
it's worked out a lot for you this year, going 11-0 in SoCon matchups, and also some significant wins against ranked opponents. We were talking earlier about the one over the Rutgers guy, Andrew Clark, when you had coach said that slick takedown.
Yeah.
Was there a turning point for you this season where you were like, I feel like I'm taking that next step? And if so, when was that?
I think it was literally that match, because, you know, the beginning of the season, I was kind of almost on a losing streak a little bit. I want to say I was 2-7 maybe, but I feel like it was also tough competition. But, you know, once I started getting to my groove, I feel like that win kind of turned it around a little bit. But I just started believing that I could be the best in the country, and started, you know, kind of just believing in the whole process. But yeah.
It's amazing. Why did you end up coming to Davidson for wrestling?
Yeah, I would say the academics played a big part too, because knowing that this school can just set me up really well later in life. And also I have, you know, Carr, who has so many connections, and you have a bunch of great coaches along with him. So I think both wrestling and academics played a role in it.
when you think about when you first got here to Davidson and now you're only a sophomore, so there's still room to grow. But what part of you as a person and a wrestler do you feel like you've taken steps in from when you first got here to now?
Yeah, I would say wrestling-wise, kind of just staying more composed. Like also just, you know, when I came in, I kind of struggled on bottom, so kind of just working on small little things every day, and you know, being able to kind of have a daily routine. I feel like that's another big part of like hard academics and wrestling.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's cool. Scott Patrick was the last person to really make things happen at NCAA's 2015.
Yeah.
Hard to believe it's been that long. And he was just inducted into the Davidson Athletics Hall of Fame as well.
Mm-hmm.
Have you received any advice from former Davidson wrestlers or heard from anyone?
Yeah, him and Anthony Elias, both of them. Well, Elias he texted me a little bit off of Instagram, just commenting and stuff.
Nice.
But they all came in here one day. I think it was when he was getting inducted, and they all said a few things. But you know, they kind of just made it seem like, you know, have fun with your brothers, and I like their message to just have fun with your brothers, because you know it does go by fast. I mean, I'm already like end of sophomore year, so just kind of just savoring every moment. I think that was a big part.
You mentioned your brothers, and that's something that also has been really cool to watch you all this season is put together a year, and especially in the SoCon championships, you all really did some work this year as a team. What has this team done for you as a person and wrestler?
A lot. Like, I mean, we're all brothers. We go through the same struggles every single day, and just, you know, having a team like with you, like practicing every day, going through the hard stuff, it's pretty cool. And just, you know, not even in the wrestling room, just being able to hang outside with them and just kind of do everything with them. It's just creates a brotherhood, and I wouldn't want like anyone else, you know, behind me during that finals match than them. So it was pretty cool. But yeah.
Next stop is Cleveland, NCAA's. What's the next step for you? How do you grow from here? Because being a SoCon champion is one thing, and then now competing on the biggest stage is another. So what are some of the things you're working towards?
Yeah, just small changes, but I mean, I feel like I already have all the capabilities to become like an All-American. I think it's really just small things and small battles, and whoever shows up on that day is probably gonna be able to win it. So,
Anderson Heap, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for your time.
thank you.
Go Wildcats.